What's going on, family? What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? Dang, what's going on? Hey, 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 hey. What is going on? So basically, real quick, family. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna say real quick. This is the guy that every time I take a break, you'll see the familiar face. Every time, never fails. But I don't trip. People just got to do what they got to do. But I'm gonna try to get them off the recorder. But yeah, family, I just wanted to say real quick. It's just interesting how the program operates. You know what I'm saying? They operate off darkness, and you operating off light. So regardless of what common interests or common ground people may think that they have with you, because they're operating off darkness and light, it's just not going to mix. It's not going to mix. It could be us listening to the same rap music or something like that. You know what I mean? I'll be taking a higher vibration of the song, and you'll be taking the lower vibration of the song. You see what I'm saying? So if we do have something in interest, a common ground, then you're going to get the lower vibration of that. I'm going to get the higher vibration of it. So it's just not going to mix. So it's like they trying to mix dark colors with light colors. You get what I'm saying? So it's like basically the program has this merry-go-round system where they just around cycle have you surrounded around certain type of people. So you may have the party goers, or you may have people that seem like they outgoing party goers, but these are like it's just dark. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you came to work, you came to get money. Okay, it's cool to have a good time, but anything, now it's just like, all right, we got to the pure dancing rhythm. Now it's time to get, what you really own type. And it's like, nah, I ain't on none of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm on just trying to make this money and make it back home. That's what I'm on. You get what I'm saying? So they'll switch that. Okay, well, he's not really vibing with the party goers and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Let's get him around some gangsters. Let's get him around some street dudes. Let's get him around some people that's broke the law. So, okay, they tried that. They had me around people that's been in and out of prison, that's been locked up and stuff like that. So you hear their story. You hear their story and stuff, and they come off as really nice gangsters. They come off as really nice gangsters and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, no, you know what I mean? They gonna get the dark vibration of that gangster mentality. You get the higher vibration of you know what I'm saying, what experiences you experience. You know what I'm saying? The unity, the laughter, the humor through the dark times. What the real dude's gonna tell you is to handle your responsibilities, the motivations. They don't want to see you crashing unless they identify that darkness in you and they can use you. You know what I'm saying? But if a person peep that they can't use you and they see that you actually have light, they're gonna motivate you to keep going. Unless you somewhat in their way or cause the problem with them, then that's a different story. But a real dude gonna motivate you to keep going. They like to see, you know what I mean, keep going, unless you in their way. You know what I'm saying? I don't see how I'm in these people's way, but being the T.I., I must be in these people's way. So the gangster, the criminal, that surrounding didn't work. So then they'll try to surround me with nerds, because you know what I mean, I like anime. You know what I'm saying? I like certain type of nerdy stuff, but I don't see myself as a nerd. You know what I'm saying? I can articulate myself very well, but when it come to like the techie stuff and all that stuff, like, nah, I ain't really on that like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't on no Dungeons and Dragons. I'm not them type of nerds that like to draw naked anime girls. You know what I'm saying? I'm, with the garlicky breath. Nah, I'm not that type of nerd. You get what I'm saying? So they see that, and the nerds, what they'll do is like, okay, it'd be like when they do that surrounding, like when I was working at Wendy's, like they was cool. Like we could talk about anime, and yeah, we get to talking. But how they do it with the nerds, like once they see you vibing and y'all cool, because you know what I mean, I'm just doing what I do. They'll switch. They'll end up doing something like gay. They'll just do something like gay, like they'll play with their buddies and they'll start pinching on each other's nipples. You'll let that go. You'll kind of let that slide. Oh, okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Then the song come on and then they start twerking. You know what I'm saying? It's just, pushing their tongue through their cheek. Just a lot of gay stuff. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, dang, this ain't the nerds that I knew, that I grew up with. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, nah, they can't mix with them. So then they try to bring you around like down low men. Down low men. You know what I'm saying? Of course, that don't work at all. You peep it, and as soon as you peep it, ain't no talk, just stiff from there. Then they surround you around a bunch of women, thinking that you're gonna give into your lust. Look, we got women that feeling you, that's liking you. You know what I'm saying? That's not gonna work. It's not realistic. Then the dudes that come in, because the dudes can't help themselves, they come and try to talk, and then they show their hand because somebody else tell them, hey, you got to go somewhere else. And they let old girl know, like, hey, y'all, you know what I mean? You got to get back to the program. Y'all got to focus on Derek. You know what I'm saying? Then they get mad and stuff like that. So it's just a lot of things that go on around you. Basically, they use the environment, they use the people around you to try to influence you. That's the name of the game. If they have to do that, you're in a safe spot. You're in a safe zone. You know what I'm saying? You're good. If you have to go and work, it has to be so artificial where they have to do that to try to befriend you. They have to act artificial and get all nosy and in your business and see what you like and stuff like that, and try to impose that on you. It's never going to work because we're operating off different vibrations. You know what I'm saying? It's a different vibration. So regardless of what we may have the same car and interest, but it's a different vibration. It's just not going to work. Same sports. You know what I'm saying? It's just not going to work. It's no commonality. You know what I'm saying? Let's say we both like basketball, playing basketball and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be the type of team player that I want to see you shine. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be the type of team player that want to foul people, get mad, sore loser, that type of energy. The thing that I haven't noticed, they don't have free excuse me. Oh man, my brain fog. They don't have free thinkers around you. They don't have like real religious people around you. They don't do that now. Now, if they want to get a common ground, where's the common ground when it comes to God? Why do you surround me with people other than people of God? You know what I'm saying? What's up with that? The free thinkers and the super religious people, they never surround you with, will never, ever surround you with people like that. You know what I'm saying? Not happening. I mean, super religious people, like, they keep the Bible on them. They keep scripture. Like, you can tell they're really set apart. You know what I'm saying? They're not perfect, but they really take their spiritual walk with Jesus Christ serious. You know what I'm saying? They don't just talk about it. Nowadays, I have Christians around me and different people of different religions around me, but they'll have like the cross, the crucifix and stuff. And, like, you can't really tell them apart. Like, they, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, I go to church, but I still do X, Y, and Z. I'm still out here in the streets with it, but I ain't getting in trouble. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, you kind of just like, everybody else doing the hand gestures and all type of stuff. So it's like, you can't really tell them, and you can't even really tell them apart. You know what I'm saying? These are the type of people that just believe that once you confess with your heart, you're saved, and that's it. It's finished. You know what I mean? The grace It's so much grace that Jesus Christ has bestowed on everybody that all you gotta do is confess and that's it, and you forever saved, and then they can just do whatever they want to do. Basically, they don't, you know what I mean. And if they do mess up, like really, really mess up, they just ask for forgiveness. So they can just do what they do. You know what I'm saying? And people that's been brainwashed to that type of doctrination, that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? They believe they could just be gay out here. They could do what they do, and God would be so merciful on them. You know what I'm saying? So I don't judge. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's an authentic conversation, we can talk. But as soon as I feel that low vibration, type of energy coming towards my way, it's over with. It's a wrap. Ain't nothing happening. And that's why I say it's nothing but low vibrational people that they have around me. And they wonder why every day is the same results. It's just not going to mix. It's not going to work. It is what it is. Hey, I come to work. I came to make my money and go home. So that's the main goal, the main focus. Everything around it is y'all playing merry-go-round. Y'all doing this projection for you guys and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I guess they're kind of mad that I just be like quiet. Like, I talk a little bit, but I don't outgoing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, like, I came to work. Like I said, I ain't come to be buddy or none of that. But when you be patient, they really start telling you what's going on. When you be patient, they really start telling you what's going on. Now they got where I'm working at now, in this factory, they got a bunch of foreigners. There's a whole lot of, what's going on, Chief? A whole lot of foreigners. You know what I'm saying? From Venezuela, Colombia, Mexico, all type of places like that. You know what I'm saying? And how diligent they are. You know what I'm saying? On I guess, trying to get me to talk to them, trying to get me to demoralize myself, try to get me set up, try to get me trapped. You know what I'm saying? It's like they doing it for their U.S. citizenship or something. That's just what it feels like to me. It's like they either doing that or to make sure they family straight. Because there's one chick that's here. She's like a heavy set chick. You know what I'm saying? They call her Viola or whatever. And I be noticing like the music. When the Spanish music be playing, it'd be a lot of songs that be playing that be like Viola, da 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 Viola. So it just be saying her name a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I hope they don't think I'm that weak-minded. Where I think that this is God talking to me. It's operating off a dark vibration. And then a lot of the Latino songs be saying Diablo a whole lot. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, okay. I get the game. And then she tell me she got 2 sons and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And they in Colombia. And she has a husband in Colombia. So what are you doing in America? You know what I'm saying? You making money to make sure they straight in Colombia? You not with your kids? You know what I'm saying? There's another foreigner. Her kids is in Venezuela, but she's not with her kids. You know what I'm saying? She here in America. You know what I'm saying? So I know it's like something going on. You get what I'm saying? And I know there's benefits of the program for them to do what they do and why they so consistent with what they do. One thing I noticed in common with a lot of the honey traps that they sent me in the past, they always had kids. Always. Never failed. Every single honey trap. I don't think ever since this program, there's not been one honey trap that they sent to me that didn't have kids. You know what I'm saying? It's like they want to give me the rebound, the ones that they already ran through, the run throughs. You know what I'm saying? Here, you can get this. You know what I mean? You know, these people are they using these foreigners, man. That's what it is. They using these foreigners. They use anybody that they can, criminals, foreigners, anybody that they can blackmail. You know what I'm saying? Because people trying to do what they can do for their family. I get that, but You know, I'm a married man, so ain't nothing happening. You know what I'm saying? It sucks that you put yourself in that situation, but like that boy Mystical said off No Limit, oh, it ain't my fault. You know what I'm saying? It ain't my fault. You know what I mean? I came here to work. You know what I mean? It ain't my fault that you signed up for this thinking that you was going to get absolute results. You're not going to get absolute results out of me. That's not happening. These folks definitely not going to get absolute results out of me. You know what I'm saying? All they doing is leaking information to me, really. Telling me, you know, what's going on. You know, I know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I know that y'all been in a compromised position and been blackmailed, and y'all got to do what y'all got to do to get out of y'all situation, and that's how y'all benefit. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to go through that. You know what I mean? I don't get off like that. That's why I would never put myself in a compromising position to be set up and to be blackmailed. So when people are trying this hard, they're trying to put you in their shoes, basically. So when you're not in their shoes, you're not desperate, you're not in need of people, you can do things like kind of yourself. They hate that. You know what I'm saying? They hate that. Because you got a whole group of people that just operate off whatever the master tells them. They just operate off of it. And I ain't saying the master is God. Their master Satan. You know what I'm saying? This dark system. They going to follow through for the benefits of themselves, for the benefits of their family. You get what I'm saying? They don't want you to operate, you know, like how we operate. Because then you look like a leader to them. And then if you look like a leader to them, people gonna follow. And they're afraid to lose people and get people to follow you and follow in your footsteps. Be like, oh, if he could do it, he could go through all this. He can go through this trauma. He can go through it. Then shoot, I can go through it. Then they see that you can't, you got to operate off light to be able to go through stuff like this. You can't operate off darkness to be able to go through stuff like this. So it doesn't work for them. It doesn't work in their favor. And it's just over and over again, the program is just trying to prove that I'm not of light. It's like the program trying to prove that I'm not of God. They just trying to prove and prove over and over, you know what I'm saying, that I'm like them. That's all it is. They're just trying to prove that I'm like them. You know what I mean? I'm just this con artist. I'm just this conniving person out here that's just super slick. But the truth will unfold through time and in the end. All I got to do is just stay consistent. That's the name of the game. Stay consistent. Be patient. Let these folks talk to you. Be patient. Just be patient. Do what you need to do. Just be patient. They going to unravel. They going to let you know what's going on. All you got to do is just be patient. That's why it's cool to be quiet towards these people. Because in due time, if you hold things down, if you stay down, they're going to begin to reveal their true colors. And then you be like, you know what I'm saying? Boom. And then you just keep pushing it like that. So the program basically will use groups and groups and groups and teams of people to try to influence you. But if you operating off darkness, you're going to fall right on in. But if you operating off light, that's why it's good to have a relationship with God, so you could get them scriptures, fill yourself up with the Bible. When I talk about God, I'll talk about the God of the Bible. You fill yourself up with the scriptures, then you'll be able to discern. You know what I'm saying? People can't just tell you anything. You can watch their actions and their motives. You'll be able to discern. And once you have that discerning ability through the scriptures, nobody can fool you. Just because they got a cross, just because they say they believe in Jesus Christ, they can't fool you. So the name of the game is don't get tricked. That's all it is, family, and just hold things down because you're in a safe zone and keep a relationship with God because God got you. With that being said, peace.